What's up, YouTube Revolution? Zombfected Gaming 349 at your fingertips. In this video, I will be showing off my very own city created in the FarCry arcade map editor, which is actually part of FarCry 5. In this part of the video, this is the beginning, of course, I'll be showing you my high school called London Central Secondary School. It's gonna be showing you all of London's downtown, most of it, most of the iconic landmarks. This right here is London Central Secondary School. This is the parking lot side. Some parts will be in this video will be not 100% accurate. This is actually a work in progress type of video for my London, Ontario. So yeah, this is it right here. As you can see, I'm showing it. Now here's the front. This is the front over here. Right over here. The front looks a bit hideous actually. It doesn't even look very much similar to the actual real life counterpart, of course. Yeah, this is just a map that's based on London, Ontario, Canada. Not London, England, because I'm not from London, England. This is my hometown, London, Ontario, Canada. Here we go. This is the back. This area is called the smoking pit, where a lot of people actually went out to go for smokes actually out over here. And this is what it looks like in real life. Yep. And as we make our way more to the backyard of our school, we also had a tennis court actually back here too. So this is what it looks like back here. Yep, look at that. Just wait for it. There you go, right there. Doesn't that look pretty real? It looks very similar. I tried getting it to look similar too. Of course, the fence in here, it looks a little bit too big compared to the real life one. The tree's on the other side. And of course, it's on this side. I made the tree. And there's an apartment building right beside actually the school also too, so you'll see it right here too. Yep, that's the one right there. There's a chimney on top of London Central Secondary School also. You can see it up in the corner. And here is the backyard to City Hall. This is City Hall area. This is the courtyard behind City Hall. And of course there's that one apartment building that's right beside London Central Secondary School, and then over there will be Centennial Hall right there to the very left. Right here, this, you may not be able to see Centennial Hall right there because it's a little wider in real life. Alright, back onto Dufferin actually. This street is called Dufferin. Here we are, there's the front of City Hall over there, and then of course there's a church right there. That church right there is where actually some dances would actually be for London Central Secondary School. I remember I went there back in grade 9 once, and that's what it looks like in real life. Right there, that's what it is. Let's get a good look at City Hall. And of course it may look a little bit more different. Like I said, not 100%, but of course that window right up there is actually a little bit higher up. And yeah, there we go. And we're actually just about to turn around and look over at, of course, Victoria Park. There's Victoria Park. That park right there is actually a Victory Park. It has a World War II tank there actually too. And a lot of the Victoria Parks that will actually have like our Victoria Park actually has a lot of festivals there. One very popular one called the Sunfest, which had to be cancelled this year due to the ongoing pandemic. And of course, as you can really see in the one picture right here, One London Place, the building in the background looks taller in my version compared to the real life version. It's towering way over London Life. Alright, let's take a little run into Victoria Park over here. We're gonna go see the one stage. I forget what the stage is called up here, but I usually know what this place is called, but this stage right here is where a lot of like bands would come during the festivals, of course, like the Sunfest. There's many like festivals here. The Sunfest, of course. Another one is called the Rib Fest. The Food Fest also too. We have many different festivals here. There's a lot, of course. Now take a good look at this shot right here. One London place in the background, and of course there's the London Life building right over there again too. Just take a nice good look at that. Now that was really good. I actually had it right on spot too. Like I actually get a lot of the places right on spot throughout here, but some places are a little out of place too. But I try my best. This is a post-apocalyptic London too at the same time, also because as you can see on the ground there is a lot of grass growing through like the pavement and stuff like that too. This is a work in progress. Like I said, not 100% everything is completely finished yet. I just wanted to show this. This is St. Peter's Church actually right here. I think that's what it's actually called, St. Peter's Church. I think that's what it was called. And yeah, you can see that's pretty much over here. Yeah, that's exactly the same area. Now coming on over here, of course, this is actually the bus stop I actually stopped at all the time after school. This is the bus stop I actually wait at. I actually have a lot of fun moments actually at this bus stop, actually, this area. Right in front of St. Peter's Cathedral. This place, I've always had some pretty fun moments with one of my friends actually around in this area. It brings back a lot of nostalgia actually for me. And it brings me back in time, back to when I was in grade 9 all the way up until grade 12. Alright, we're gonna be running up all the way up to one of the most iconic buildings in downtown, besides One London Place, the building. This right here is actually based upon Big Ben, our own very small version of Big Ben. This is a very small, a very, 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 very small mall. It's a mall actually, and it's actually closed down. It's kind of sad of actually what's going on with this place. This place used to be very busy. There was a McDonald's here, and that McDonald's actually closed down due to a lot of the homeless people trying to sleep in there at nighttime. This place is in limbo actually, because this place is a small Big Ben, and that's why I put a clock on there, of course, to make it look like the clock tower. Alright, let's make our way this way. Over here, the building that you're going to be seeing on the very right side, just over there, right there, that one what I'm looking at right there, that's the London Public Library right here. And you'll see it right there, that's the London Public Library, the real life version, of course. And of course in the background, you will actually see the TD towers in the background, of course. Of course, with my version being taller, you'll see the two in the background, and of course you did not see the second tower. You only saw the one tower towering over the London Public Library and the one backdrop. And of course there's an area back behind here. That's like a loungy sitting area, I think it is. I forget, I haven't been back there in ages, since I was actually a kid back there. But I did make my best on doing that. And there we go, there's the TD towers, the two TD towers right there. The TD Bank towers. They're twin towers, that's what they are. Now we're gonna make our way over here. This is actually one of the malls also too. Just get a nice look at the TD towers again. But over here is City Plaza. You're gonna notice that City Plaza right here. It actually has a drive-under area too, which is really cool. That's it right there. It's on fire. Post-apocalyptic City Plaza. No interiors, of course. Inside of there will be too much work, and it'll be really, really huge, obviously. There's no way I'd be able to do that. And of course, the backdrop of One London Place right there in the background. Alright, let's take a nice little drive under the City Plaza drive-through area. This is pretty cool. It looks a little weird compared to the real life type on the inside, but let's get through there. Alright, here we go. This is on the other side. This is what it looks like on the other side. And that's what it looks like on the other side of the city plaza. As you can see, in the background, you can actually see the TD towers are towering over in the backdrop of City Plaza. It looks pretty nice, right? As we drive on over here, you'll see that right there. I actually don't even know what that place is called, but anyway, I put that there, of course, because it's iconic, of course, too. Part of London, obviously. Most people in London will probably know what area that is, of course. And I drive onto the other side, and this is what it looks like from the other side. I did my best to make it look exactly the same. And of course, with this being London, Ontario, we need to throw in another good One London Place picture over here. Let's get this right here. You'll see a red building. It's a really small red shop, actually. I think it's a shop down there, so you're gonna see this transition. You see that red shop at the side down there? That's my shot of that. Sadly, we cannot see the TD towers in the background, of course, because of course my One London Place is too tall to tower, and it towers over, of course, the background. Of course. Yep. There you go. And also, One London Place is the tallest building in, of course, London, Ontario. We actually do not have very much towers in London, Ontario. It's a very small-looking city with small buildings. Now we're gonna be making our way over to this side over here of One London Place, and we're gonna get a nice another look, of course, at it from this side. It's pretty awesome. And this is what actually makes One London Place so iconic, because it's the tallest building in London, Ontario. There's not very many other skyscrapers in London, Ontario. It looks very empty, our downtown area. This is the Delta Hotels Marriott London Armory. This place is historical. I made it look really weird in my version because it was really hard to create a really detailed version, because since I was creating most of London, Ontario, downtown, of course, that would have taken way too long. Now what I'm zooming into over here, that's a Tim Hortons over there, right in the corner. I used to go there a lot. And yeah, there's the Tim Hortons, even though there's nothing right there from the FarCry version of it. And here we are, we're going to be looking at one of the best restaurants on Richmond Row, just on Richmond Street, called Moxie's Grill, Classic Grill. This place is delicious. I haven't been here in a very long time. I had to put that in there because it's a very iconic restaurant on Richmond Row, Richmond Street. Of course, they call it the Richmond Row. It's a very, very busy part of downtown. Richmond Row has many, many bars and many different, like, good restaurants here. Like, it's very busy at nighttime. This year it hasn't been so busy due to the ongoing pandemic, but it's a very busy place. This right here is St. Paul's Cathedral. This is a very iconic place, of course, too, because I used to get off right in front of this bus stop, actually. This is, I think, I forget what this part is called. Fullerton. This is Fullerton area, Richmond and Fullerton. But yeah, of course, it's iconic bus stop I used to go to. But yeah, Zombfected Gaming 349 out. Hope you enjoyed this London, Ontario.